to you by Wild Root Cream Oil Hair Tonic, the non-alcoholic hair tonic that contains lanolin. Wild Root Cream Oil. Again and again, the choice of men who put good grooming first.
Sam Spade Detective Agency.
This is Mad Scientific Detective number 137596.
Sam, no matter what anyone says, I'll stand by you. You're nothing of the sort.
Not scientific?
Of course not. You're two-fisted.
Well, thanks, Effie, and that ain't all, Effie. I was actually mistaken for a convolutional melancholiac.
Oh, Sam, are you all right now?
Wrong diagnosis, Angel. It turned out to be melancholia catatonica.
Oh, you poor darling. What is that?
Well, it's a thing where you lie motionless and silent with fixed eyes and indifference to surroundings. Unquote.
Sam, what happened to you? What hospital are you in? Can I bring you anything?
No, Effie, I am now at large. Pull down the blinds, check the corridors for men in little white coats, and set a bottle in the window if the coast is clear.
Oh.
I'll be right down to dictate my report on the mad scientist caper.
Dashiell Hammett, America's leading detective fiction writer and creator of Sam Spade, the hard-boiled private eye, and William Spear, radio's outstanding producer-director of mystery and crime drama, join their talents to make your hair stand on end with the adventures of Sam Spade. Presented by the makers of Wild Root Cream Oil for the hair. Nobody has to tell you that a neat personal appearance can have a lot to do with helping you get ahead on the job. Now, the first step to a good appearance is well-groomed hair. And I mean hair that's groomed with Wild Root Cream Oil. Wild Root Cream Oil always grooms the hair neatly and naturally. It relieves dryness, removes loose dandruff. Yes, men, to look your best at all times, spruce up with Wild Root Cream Oil Hair Tonic. Again and again, the choice of men who put good grooming first. And now, with Howard Duff starring as Spade, Wild Root brings to the air the greatest private detective of them all in the adventures of Sam Spade.
Effie!
Come in, Sam. The coast is clear.
Where are you? Why is it so dark in here?
Well, I had to put the lights out. The blind stuck. I couldn't get it down.
The heat's off, Effie. Let there be light.
Oh, I'm so glad. Now, let me look at you.
Don't look at me like that and stop whispering.
Oh, Sam. Did you get me all upset like that just for a joke?
It's no joke, sweetheart.
You really sick?
Yeah, just sick of some of the types I made in this business.
Oh, Sam.
Date July 25, 1948, to Detective Lieutenant Dundee, Homicide Detail, San Francisco Police, from Samuel Spade, license number 137596. Subject, the Mad Scientist caper.
I worry so.
Dear Dundee, he looked like a mad scientist, and that's exactly what he was. His eyes had a wild gleam in them, his hair was a wild tangle, and he was wearing a wild assortment of clothing that looked as if they'd been slept in shifts. He leaned across the desk at me and said,
"They have stolen my secret formula."
They had. Gee, that's too bad.
Oh, you think I'm crazy?
I don't know yet. I just met you.
My name is Raymond Fox. Does that mean anything to you?
Raymond Fox. Yeah, I think it does, but I don't quite remember what.
I invented the helioscope.
Helioscope. No, that wasn't it.
I also synthesized hydroxylamophotochronaton.
That was it.
Yes, but unfortunately, production costs were prohibitive.
But you didn't let that discourage you.
Oh, no, indeed. You see, after a brief illness, I was back in my laboratory, perfecting my greatest contribution to science, what may prove to be the greatest contribution of science to humanity. I call it penetron.
Penetron?
That is what they have stolen, the secret formula for penetron.
Penetron, huh? Now, what exactly is penetron, Mr. Fox, and who are they?
Well, penetron is a plastic with a molecular structure which repels atomic radiation more efficiently than lead, yet weighs less than aluminium.
Oh, that.
Do you realize the significance of this?
Well,
And imagine a motor no larger than a cigar box, with a power potential that even I don't believe, but they do.
Who's they?
Grierson Enterprises. Now, how do I know this? When I applied to the patent office to protect my discovery, I received this letter. Here, come on, read it for yourself.
Commissioner of Patents, Washington, D.C. Dear Mr. Fox, your application for patent on formula designated under the trade name Penetron is hereby rejected.
You see.
Both formula and trade name, together with descriptive material identical to yours, have been registered by Mr. Albert Grierson, Grierson Enterprises, San Francisco. Very truly yours, George Sherman, Acting Deputy Assistant Commissioner.
Yeah. You see?
Yes. You don't need a detective, Mr. Fox. What you need is a good patent lawyer.
Lawyer? I have one. A legal ball of fire named Roscoe Manning. You know this scoundrel?
Yeah? He's got an okay reputation.
And I am paying for it. $3,000 in retainers. And now he tells me he can do nothing. Insufficient evidence, he says.
What is this outfit, Grierson Enterprises?
Yeah, a snare and a delusion, with rented furniture, unscientific ventilation, and dirty work at the switchboard.
Mm-hmm. How did they get hold of your formula?
Well, it must have been while I was ill. They came and took it away.
Out of your laboratory?
Oh, well, what did it matter? Where?
I've got to start someplace.
Start with the man. I promise you he's a crook. If he steals from me, he's stolen from others. If we can prove that, then I have a case.
Well, I can't promise you anything, Mr. Fox, but I'll see what I can do.
Will $100 be enough for your retainer?
Too much. 25 now, and the balance if I can do anything for you. I doubted if I could even earn the 25, but if he wanted to gamble, it was okay with me. The offices of Grierson Enterprises were pretty much as he described them, a beautiful front, especially at the switchboard.
Grierson Enterprises, good afternoon. No, Mr. Grierson's out of town. No, I don't know when to expect it. I'll be right with you.
That's good news.
Grierson Enterprises? No, he is not. No, I do not, and he doesn't want to talk to you in any case, Mr. Manning. Oh, if it would just stop.
Can't you shut it off?
I might as well. Nobody seems to believe me anyway. You weren't looking for him, too, I hope. Oh, please, just tell me you're selling magazines or collecting salvage or just anything.
My card.
Oh, detective. Mr. Grierson hasn't done anything, has he?
That's what I want to find out. My client says he swiped his secret formula.
Oh, not that maniac. You don't look the type. You know he's mad, don't you?
Maybe yes, maybe no. Personally, I'm crazy about money. Mad money, pin money, or dirty money. Your employer didn't happen to leave any lying around, did he?
No, but he has a charge account at a bar downstairs in the building when it's nearly 5 o'clock. Could you cross-examine me there?
I thanked her as gallantly as I could under the circumstances. She said, wait here, I won't be a minute. And while she was gone, I made a quick frisk of the office. The file cabinet was empty. Grierson's desk contained nothing but 2 unsharpened pencils, tobacco crumbs, a rubber band, some rusty paper clips, an old gas bill, a glass ampule, broken, labeled sodium denadrine for intravenous injection, and a business card from one Roscoe Manning, attorney at law. I stuck the card in my pocket, went back to the switchboard, and in less time than it takes to tell, I was calling her Lois, and she was calling me Sam over cocktails for 2.
That's all I know about it. I didn't think anything about his taking his correspondence out of the files. He often took work home with him.
Mm-hmm. When was the last time you saw him?
Oh, it's been nearly 6 weeks.
You haven't heard from him in all that time?
He was with Mr. Fox just before he left. They had a terrible quarrel. But then Mr. Grierson managed to get him calmed down, and they left the office together.
And that's the last time you saw Grierson?
Yes, and it's all very strange. What did that maniac tell you?
That Grierson swiped his invention.
Do you believe that?
I didn't even believe in the invention. Now I'm beginning to think it was worth stealing.
Oh, Mr. Grierson wouldn't. He's a brilliant man, you know.
What else has he invented?
Well, I don't know. He always had a lot of projects, but of course he never took me into his confidence.
Just exactly what is your job?
Oh, it's quite simple, really. I just tell people he's an end.
Yeah. Look, sweetheart, you really mean to tell me it never occurred to you that there might be something slightly fishy about Grierson Enterprises?
I know. Why should it?
Because there's a smell of red herring up there. It's in the air.
You mean Mr. Grierson's a crook? Well, what does that make me?
Worry that out on his time. Drink up. She looked as if she were telling the truth. But with women, especially blue-eyed women, that doesn't always mean anything. If she had anything more to tell, she obviously wasn't ready yet to tell it. I asked her to come up and listen to my Herb Jeffries records. She said my apartment needed a woman's touch. I handed her a broom. She hit me on the head with it and left. And so to bed. Up the Times and phoned my client. He wasn't in. Then I phoned a guy I know who sometimes knows about things and asked him what sodium denadrine was. He said it was a sedative and or truth serum, a mental-type drug. I wondered what Grierson had been using it for during office hours. I also wondered what else he'd been spending money for. I phoned another guy who knows about other things, and he called me back with the name of Grierson's bank, Golden Gate Trust. An hour later, to my surprise, I actually had something to go on. Because in the past 6 weeks, checks totaling $50,000 had been deposited at Grierson's account, all drawn on the Citrus Exchange Bank of San Anselmo, and all bearing the signature of one Carl Birdwell, M.D. He wasn't hard to find. It was a big place in the outskirts, and the sign on the gate said, Mary F. Hotchkiss Hospital for the Mentally Deranged. Dr. Birdwell's cottage was one of 5 without bars on the windows. He was spraying his roses.
So that cystectomy of Dr. Cobas, how does convulsion? Coordination all right?
Can't complain.
Got the use of your fingers back? Good. Pick up those shears. I want all those ragged edges. Cut off the hedges.
Well, why don't you hire a gardener? Or did those checks to Grierson use up all your ready cash?
Eh? Oh, I thought you were the cystectomy. Good Lord, you're that convolutional melancholiac. You're not allowed out on the grounds. Guard! Guard!
Now, wait a minute, Doctor.
This one acting up. Take him back. I sent for the cystectomy. This is the wrong man.
You're crazy.
Come on.
Let go of me. I'm not a patient here. I'm a detective.
Yeah, and I'm Sherlock Holmes. Come on, now, back to the violent war.
Come on, lay off. I got an office in San Francisco. I can prove it. 137596.
Okay, Dr. Watson, but come on, come on.
And in more time than it takes to tell, due to the guard's jiu-jitsu, I was disrobed, straitjacketed, and rolled into a wet sheet. A full-fledged inmate of the Mary F. Hotchkiss Hospital for the Mentally Deranged, which is exactly where I belong for having taken Mr. Fox's $25.
The makers of Wild Root Cream Oil are presenting the weekly Sunday adventure of Dashiell Hammett's famous private detective, Sam Spade. If you want the well-groomed look that helps you get ahead socially and on the job, listen. Recently, thousands of people from coast to coast who bought Wild Root Cream Oil for the first time were asked, how does Wild Root Cream Oil compare with the hair tonic you previously used? Better than 4 out of 5 who replied said they preferred Wild Root Cream Oil. And no wonder. Wild Root Cream Oil grooms the hair neatly and naturally, relieves annoying dryness, and removes loose dandruff. What's more, non-alcoholic Wild Root Cream Oil is the only leading hair tonic that contains soothing lanolin. So ask for Wild Root Cream Oil Hair Tonic. Again and again, the choice of men who put good grooming first. By the way, smart girls use Wild Root Cream Oil too. And mothers say it's grand for training children's hair. And now, back to the Mad Scientist Caper. Tonight's adventure with Sam Spade.
I have been shot, stabbed, slashed, pistol-whipped, and sapped into unconsciousness. But until you have spent a night rolled up in a wet sheet, Dundee, you don't know what punishment is. You feel hot and cold at the same time, too miserable to sleep, too exhausted to stay awake. And after 4 hours of it, you just give up and join the crazies pushing up the daisies. There's only one thing I can say in favor of the Mary F. Hotchkiss Hospital for the Mentally Deranged. They get the patients up early. By 6:30 in the a.m., I had been rolled out of the sheet. By 6:45, I had thawed out enough to be taken out of the straitjacket by an orderly. I was glad to be out of it because it was very heavy, and that gave me an idea. I picked it up and swung it. In less time than it takes to tell, I was in the orderly's uniform, out of the violent wing, and shuffling up the walk through Dr. Birdwell's rose garden and through his cottage door. Good morning, Dr. Birdwell.
Good Lord, who let you in here? What do you want?
I was trying to tell you yesterday when I was so rudely interrupted.
Hey? Oh, yes, the detective. Did you say Grierson sent you?
I didn't say that.
I'm afraid you'll have to be absolutely specific or I can't help you.
All right. My client is an inventor who claims that Mr. Grierson stole a formula from him, got a patent on it, and stands to profit to the tune of about $1 million. The last two items check. I don't know whether Grierson's a crook or not. He's into you for $50,000, so you might know.
This inventor. Pale eyes, contracted pupils, big mop of hair.
That's a fair description.
Fox. Raymond Fox. He's a patient, escaped from this hospital. That man, Mr. Spade, is a homicidal maniac. If you'll jog your memory, you may recall the case. Sacramento, 1935.
Wait a minute. Chemistry professor, lab explosion?
That's the case. Two of his colleagues, whom he irrationally suspected of stealing the formula for the explosive he used to blow them up.
You sure they didn't?
The man was adjudged hopelessly insane. He must be returned to us. He may murder Grierson, he may murder you, but he will commit a murder if he remains at large. Perhaps more than one murder. You must help us, Spade.
Like you, Doctor, I can't help unless you're absolutely specific about a couple of things. Your connection with Grierson, for instance.
I invested in Grierson's firm.
Uh-huh. How did Fox meet Grierson?
He was allowed a certain degree of freedom here during his rational periods. I guessed that he went through my papers or overheard one of my conversations with Mr. Grierson.
Mm-hmm. Do you know he retained a lawyer?
Huh?
Manning, smart patent lawyer. You must think Fox has a case.
Oh, surely not.
Grierson thinks so, too.
You've talked to Grierson?
No, but I've examined his bank statements.
The bank allowed that?
I told him I was Grierson's attorney. The point is, Grierson is broke.
Why?
Because he's paid out every penny you gave him to the order of Roscoe Manning, attorney at law. And you know what I think, Doctor?
Yes?
I think Raymond Fox is crazy like a fox. I had the same idea about Dr. Birdwell, but I didn't say so. I didn't feel up to spending another night in a wet sheet. I also didn't feel up to the interview that was awaiting me outside the gates. A limousine, only a little longer than a hearse, was standing at the curb. A round pink head with a gray Homburg on it bobbed out at me from the driver's seat and said,
Mr. Spade?
"Yeah?"
Roscoe Manning. How'd you do?
About $49,975 less than you've done in the caper so far.
The law is a lucrative profession, my boy. Get in. I'll drive you back to town.
No charge?
Yeah, I'll even give you some free advice, sans retainer. Well, sir, you are an elusive chap. I've had the devil's own time catching up with you.
How did you? I won't ask why.
And I am not without resources. Now, as to our mutual client, Mr. Fox, obviously you've learned a good deal about him.
Dr. Birdwell says he's cuckoo, and it's only a toss-up which one of us is going to blow up first.
Just about what you'd expect from a medical man. If you'd listened to as much conflicting medical testimony in court as I have, you'd take them all with a grain of salt. Or should I say soda mint?
Or sodium denadrine?
That's a mysterious remark.
I was just trying it on for size. It didn't fit.
Mm-hmm. Well, sir, here is my proposition. As to Fox's sanity, it's of no importance. He has money, and I think he has a case. We can always get a doctor to say he's back in his right mind.
Where do I fit into your scheme?
You just keep looking for Grierson. And watch that secretary of his. I don't trust her.
Anything else?
Oh, I almost forgot. Here's $500, and here's your ticket to Chicago.
I don't know why, but somehow I got the impression that Mr. Manning was trying to get rid of me. He should have used that ticket to Chicago himself. We stopped at Sausalito for breakfast, and the condemned man ate a hearty meal. We drove the last mile through the Marina District and pulled up in front of his house.
Well, sir, have a nice trip. Or take the car, Mr. Spade. I'll pick it up at the depot. Goodbye. It's been charming. Goodbye.
He backed across the sidewalk, waving, and I waved back. Then he went up 3 steps, put a key in his door, and opened it. It didn't do much damage to the house, but all the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Roscoe Manning back together. I got out of the car and just made it up the steps when it happened again. I hated the look, but I did. For the limousine had been parked with me in it was a smoking heap of scrap metal. I then headed for the nearest phone booth and, pausing only to inspect it for mines and booby traps, dialed the number of Grierson Enterprises. Sam Spade.
Sam, darling, thank you for the present.
What present?
I haven't had a chance to open it yet, but I think I can guess what it is. A traveling clock.
You mean a package arrived and it ticks?
Oh, darling, don't be such a tease.
Now, Lois, listen.
Oh, all right, I'll open it now.
Throw it out the window. No, don't do that. Pedestrians, innocent bystanders. Have you got a metal wastebasket there?
I think so, yes.
Well, fill it up with water and throw the package into it.
And ruin my lovely clock?
It is not a lovely clock. It's a lovely booby trap.
Oh, go on.
I'm serious. Manning just got one of them, and what's left of him is on the way to the morgue.
Oh, I think I'm going to faint.
Lois! Lois! Wake up! Pour some water on yourself. Hello, hello! Let me through here. Come on, let me through. Lois. Lois. Oh, you're okay. Glad of that. All right, she's all right now, you people. Come on, get out of here. She's all right. Come on, get up. You're not hurt.
What happened?
It exploded in the water. At least you had sense enough to do what I told you to.
Oh, this is a new dress. Now look at
It looks fine. Here. Put this coat around you.
I don't think that was a very funny joke, Sam.
Neither do I. Now, try and forget your clothes for a minute. And try and answer a few questions for me. There isn't much time.
Sam, what is it?
I want you to be very sure of this, Lois. Try and remember accurately. How many people has Grierson seen since he opened this office?
Well, not very many. It was hardly ever in. It's strange. Now that I think of it, I can only remember two, Mr. Manning and that mad scientist man, Mr. Fox.
Yeah, did you hear any of the conversation between Grierson and Fox?
He just screamed at Mr. Grierson about how his invention had been stolen from him. Then it sounded as if they scuffled, and all of a sudden Mr. Fox calmed down.
Mm-hmm.
When he came out, his eyes looked funny, as if he'd been hypnotized.
Yeah. What does Grierson look like?
Oh, he must have been quite handsome at one time. He's sort of like Gregory Peck with a mustache, only fatter and balder and older.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't have put it exactly like that, but I can see what you mean.
But you've never seen him.
Don't make book on it, but I think I have. I made 3 phone calls. One to a crime reporter I don't like very well, giving him a false story on the death of Lois, Grierson's secretary. Another to my client, the mad scientist, alias Raymond Fox, and one to Dr. Birdwell. Then I went to my apartment and waited. My client arrived 5 minutes before the doctor. When Birdwell came in, my client said,
Aha! That's he. He stole my secret formula.
Now, Raymond, you're getting confused again.
Oh.
I'm the doctor, don't you remember?
That's not true. Your name is Grierson.
Oh, he's much worse. He's identification. Now, you must try to remember, Raymond. Nobody's going to hurt you. But you'll be much sicker if you don't remember.
But I do remember. I remember everything.
Do you remember setting the bombs at Manning's house and the one you sent to Mr. Grierson's office?
No. Grierson isn't dead. You're Grierson.
No, Grierson isn't dead. Only that poor girl.
No. She didn't steal my formula. It was you. Oh, you're trying to mix me up.
I'm trying to help you. Now, roll up your sleeve. I'll give you something to quiet your nerves, and we'll go back to the hospital.
"Put it away, Doctor. You've helped them enough."
Huh? Now, look here. This man is my patient. He needs medical attention.
I won't argue with you, but I think you'd better get it from some other doctor. Right now, he's making more sense than you are.
Just keep on the way you're going, Spade, and I'll have you back in that wet sheet. I did it once, and I can do it again.
Sit down. You got delusions of grandeur. Stop shaking, Raymond. I said you're making more sense than he is, and I can prove it.
You think you're very astute, don't you?
No, I'm stupid, but I'm lucky. I should have tumbled to the whole caper when I found that you'd invested 50,000 smackers in Grierson Enterprises. When I found out that Raymond was an escaped patient, I should have tumbled to what that Denadrine file was doing in Grierson's desk. I should have known then that you and Grierson were one and the same person.
I told you.
When I discovered that you'd paid Manning all that shakedown money, I should have known you were planning to knock him off and everybody else who could identify you. But it didn't work out that way. I got out of the car before it blew up. Dumb luck.
And you can identify me as Grierson?
I don't have to.
Oh, God. Surely you're not counting on Raymond's sanity to that extent. He can't even remember that I was his doctor. Can you, Raymond?
You're trying to mix me up. You stole my formula. I didn't kill them, did I, Mr. Spade?
Now lie down on the couch and relax, Raymond. Don't worry about a thing.
Well, Doctor, what now?
You relax, too. Okay, Lois, come on in.
What? Lois!
Why, Mr. Grierson, have you been sick?
How dare you? How dare you ruin all my plans like this? You stupid girl!
Okay, that's enough. Come on, get back there. Get back. Sorry Sorry, sweetheart. I didn't mean to let him get that close to you.
What were you trying to do?
It was an experiment, just to see what would happen. It did.
So that's the way you scientific detectives work. For a hard-boiled chap, you have the vaguest way of doing things I ever heard of.
Well, plans are all right sometimes, Doctor, and sometimes just stirring things up is all right if you're tough enough to survive and keep your eyes open so you see what you want when it comes to the top. That's something. Spade, Dundee. I'm at home. I've got two homicidal characters here, one sane and one insane. Now, if you can tell the difference, I'll let you give the story to the papers. And that, Lieutenant D, is the crop. You picked the wrong one. Figures. It's as simple as this. Raymond Fox was the loony, but Birdwell, alias Grierson, conceived and executed the whole scheme, including the explosions. Don't worry about Fox. He's now back at the hospital working on a new secret formula. I don't know what it is, but it might be an anti-truth serum, because that's how Birdwell got the Penetron formula, by using truth serum on the mad scientist to make him talk. Anyway you figure it, he's crazy like a fox. His enemies are all dead or on their way, and he's as snug as a rug in a bug house. Period. End of Looney Tunes.
Well, of all... Well, just imagine. Well, it takes all sorts to make a world, I guess.
Well, I guess you never spoke a truer word, Effie, but don't forget a stitch in time saves nine.
Don't feel too badly about it, Sam. Better late than never.
You took the words right out of the horse's mouth, but it's later than you think, Angel. Type that up, Angel, and while you're at it, see if you can think up a way to teach an old dog new tricks.
Say, mister, if you haven't tried Wild Root Cream Oil Hair Tonic, why not get it tonight or first thing tomorrow? You'll be glad you did, for Wild Root Cream Oil grooms your hair neatly and naturally without giving it that plastered-down look. Wild Root Cream Oil also relieves annoying dryness and removes loose, ugly dandruff. Simply step up to your drug or toilet goods counter and ask for Wild Root Cream Oil in the big economy bottle and the handy new tube that's easy to pack when you travel. Also, ask your barber for a professional application of Wild Root Cream Oil Hair Tonic. Again and again, the choice of men who put good grooming first.
Well, here it is, Sam. And I've been thinking over what you said
Which?
about teaching an old dog new tricks.
Mm-hmm.
You're only as old as you feel, Sam.
Then send in the application for my old age pension.
Oh, Sam, I won't let you talk that way now. You're just tired and nervous and run down.
Yeah, backaches, stay up nights, sour racket.
You're just feeling sorry for that Mr. Fox. I wouldn't worry about him. As you pointed out, he's safer where he is for all concerned.
Mm-hmm.
And after all, necessity is the mother of invention.
What's that got to do with anything?
Well, he's an inventor, isn't he?
Oh, that.
You see? All's well that ends well. Good night, Sam.
Good night, Pollyanna.
Pollyanna. Oh, she's a glad girl. Oh, no, Sam, that's Shakespeare, that old...
You know best. All ashore that's going ashore. Good night, sweetheart.
The Adventures of Sam Spade, Dashiell Hammett's famous private detective, are produced and directed by William Spear. Sam Spade is played by Howard Duff. Lorene
Check, testing, 1, 2, 3. Ah, fuck it. Good morning, everyone. How are we today? Coffee. Coffee is good and hot today. I'm not. If you've been paying attention to what's going on in the world, it has come home. It has affected my hometown. And I don't feel good about it. I just don't. I'm gonna crank that puppy up so I can sit back here and talk and not have to be close to the microphone. Good morning, Joey. How you doing, brother? I'm not doing all that great this morning. The whole state of affairs in this nation is just making me lose it. I fucking lose it. I'm losing it. Yeah. Me too, dude. I am tired. I'm tired of everything. I'm just tired of it all. Pardon my silence, but I'm really upset, and it's really hard to keep from just flipping the fuck out. I'm drained. I'm just so over it all. I don't have any more fight left in me. I'm just so damn tired. I'm tired of all of it. I don't want to spend my last days jumping through fucking hoops. Having to fucking deal with bullshit bureaucratic assholes. I don't want to do that. I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with bureaucratic assholes or lawyers or doctors or any of it. I just want to go quietly into the night, that's all. I just want to just fade away. I got no more fight. I got nothing left to give. Yeah, what's the point? What is the fucking point anymore? I'm tired too, man. I'm just tired of all of it. It seems like my whole life I've been fighting and fighting and fighting and fighting. Fighting off bad guys, fighting off bullies, fighting off those of authority who think they can just rule you into oblivion. I'm just over it. I'm so fucking sick of it all. This world is run by assholes and idiots, and I'm sick of it. Fucking sick of it. I'll go through the moves. I'll go through the motions. It's June 18th, 2025. It's Wednesday. It's Old Time Radio Wednesday. This world fucking sucks. This country fucking sucks. People are spineless. I didn't bring my box. Let me get my box. Here. Take that. Let me get my box. You know what? I got two things in the box. I'm gonna just grab the two things out of the box. So, we'll start off with today's album of the day. Today's album of the day is from 1979, and it is Synergy. Oh. And it is electronic music, is what it is. Synergy Games is the name of the album. The tracks include Program 1, Delta 2, Delta 4, Delta 1. Program 2, Soundcheck, Delta 3, Delta 3A, Delta 3B, Delta 3C, Delta 3D, Delta 3E, and Delta 3F. That's the electronic music on this thing. Yeah, it is quite cool. It is different. It is totally 70s. I'm going to see if I can skulky that thing out of YouTube and find it. Did he say skulky? Yeah, I did. Skulky it. I'm going to skulky it out. I don't know what that means. Honestly. I just let it out and it came out. See, what's going to happen is you're going to get some old people who are very important, who happen to be Latino or Mexican or have brown skin, right? And they are going to get harassed by young ice who have no clue who these people are, but they're going to be important people, and they're going to fuck up beyond belief, and they're going to fuck with the wrong people, and I think that's where things are going to take a turn. They've already made mistakes in this administration trying to move this forward. I mean, hello, Posse Comitatus, you don't involve the United States military in civilian situations. You don't. It's against the law. So we'll see where that takes us. I don't expect this to be over quick. I expect a lot of lives to be ruined before this is over. I don't expect to come through this unscathed. I got family, friends, and neighbors affected by this, and it's wearing on me heavily. I have a hard enough time sleeping with my horrible insomnia and pain and illness and depression and all this shit. To have more crap piled on my shoulders is just... Okay, so let's talk about the good. Yesterday we went and picked up my van. We picked up the van. It turns out it wasn't the... I don't know if we talked about this yesterday, but it wasn't the U-joint. It was the front driver's wheel bearing on the spindle, and I had replaced the passenger one, and it was beautiful, so I didn't think about investigating the other one, and I should have just taken one off and then gone and taken the other one off, but I did this a couple of years back, and it was really, really hard for me back then, so there's no way I would be able to do it today. I mean, it costs hundreds of dollars to get a couple of $20 parts replaced on this thing, right? And it was worth it because I didn't have to fucking do it. If Joey was around, we'd have gone out there and we'd have done it ourselves, because I would have had some hands and arms and back that I don't have. I just don't have. So there you go. But the van seems to be running good. And I picked it up on one day, and that same day I drove it, and it died at a stop, which is what we were trying to fix. So the next day I drove it, and the wheel bearing gave out, and so it went back to the shop. So while they were at the shop, they replaced the wheel bearing that was wrong, and he inspected the transmission and drive shaft, and everything looked decent. But most importantly, while he had it, he replaced the fuel filter, the fuel pump filter unit. And then he took it for a test drive, and lo and behold, it died again. So he replaced the crankshaft, because it was jerky, like it was affecting the transmission as well. He replaced the crankshaft sensors, 2 of those, which jerkiness was a problem, and it felt like it could be fuel or transmission or both, right? So hopefully that has cured the problem. If not, we will be going back to work further on the fuel system. So whatever's next in line, work on that. And the air conditioning still switches vents when you give it the gas or going up a hill or something, and you put it under a heavy load. The air conditioner switches to the defrost. So now you've got air blowing up on your hot window, but you've got none blowing in your face. So what he said is he needs to get under the dash and cap off all the vacuum lines one at a time and see which one is leaking, along with checking diaphragms and other stuff. A couple of hours, right? It's like, okay, fine. If that's the case, if we're going to do that, if we're going to go back and do that, we're also going to do the tie rods, the rubber, the torsion bars, all of that stuff that has rubber on it. We're going to replace a bunch of rubber up front. My thoughts are that in a pinch, I should be able to drive this van anywhere. I should be able to get in it and drive it to Joey if I need to, and back with no problem. I should be able to let the girls drive it and not stall right in the middle of an intersection, which has happened to me before. So, and then whoa, 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 in the middle of an intersection. That's no good. So we're trying to fix all of this so that in a pinch we can drive it anywhere, but also I can put a for sale sign on it and grab myself several $1,000s in an emergency. Right? I don't want to sell it, but if something were to happen, then I would sell it in a heartbeat. It's the only vehicle that I've ever wanted, ever. So I don't really want to part with it, but it needs to be road ready, so that if one of these kooks that come out here into the desert want to buy it from me, so that they can convert it into a motorhome, which would be criminal because it's perfect, got perfect interior. It's all original conversion, and it took me a long time to find it because most van conversions don't have any chairs in them anymore. They don't have the center seats. They're missing all the chairs. Half of these stuff's been ripped out because somebody started to convert it into a motorhome. Jeez, people, get an empty van and do that. Don't take a nice van conversion and destroy it. I don't know how many van conversions have been destroyed by idiots who want to turn it into a motorhome. It's like you're going to block out the windows. Get a van that has no windows. Cut your own windows. Why take a nice van and destroy it? So I have a hard time selling it to someone who's going to do just that. But if I need the money, it's gone. You know, just like all of my 8-tracks, I'm thinking on putting together all of my 8-tracks in one spot, counting them, cleaning them, repairing them, fixing them, getting them ready to go so that they're worth more, and then trying to sell the whole lot of 1,500, 2,000 8-track tapes, cases, players, the works, for like a few $1,000s. Like if I've got 2,000 tapes, and they're all cleaned and tested and approved and ready to play, then I'm going to be asking more than just the average 50 cents per. I'm going to be asking more like $2 per for the whole lot, mainly because in that lot I'm going to have tapes, dozens of tapes that are going to be worth upwards of $25 to $50, right? Not to mention the specialty ones, my unopened tapes. I've got a whole box of unopened tapes. The Yellow Submarine, ELO's Discovery. I mean, a lot of great 8-track cartridges that are unopened, and a lot that are in just fantastic condition. So, in the days, weeks, months to come, depending on what the situation turns into, I may be required to come up with money to exist. Period. I don't want to go into details. I can't go into details. It hurts too much to go into details at this point. But suffice it to say, things are pretty fucked. And I'm at my wit's end. I'm at my wit's end. It's bad enough that my entire every day is filled with miserable fucking pain that brings on depression, hunger. I did the math last night, and I'm getting about 15 to 1,700 calories per day for the last 4 months, 5 months, 6 months. God, it's been that long since I've had my teeth out, and my diet has been minimal. My daughter says you need at least 2,200 to 2,400 calories a day. Good calories, carbs and protein and stuff, and I'm eating crap calories. And I'm like, okay, something's got to change. I have to really try to figure out how to squeeze an extra meal in when I don't want it. I don't want it. I get up, I'm up for a couple of hours, I try to eat, then I lay down, I get up for a couple of hours, I try to eat. A little while longer goes on. It's already too late, so I don't want to eat another big meal, so I eat like one big meal a day, a little tiny breakfast, and a little tiny snack at the end of the day. I mean, I'm just not getting enough food, right? There's plenty of food around, I'm just not getting enough in me. What the hell was that? I hate it when little flying bugs land on you, and you're like, what the hell is that? What the hell is that? Anyway, that's what happens when you live out in the sticks. You live in the woods where there's more wildlife than there is asphalt and steel, right? You get bugs, you get animals, you get critters coming out of the woodwork, coming up out of everywhere. Not to mention the human animals. Alright, I'm going in because it hurts. Cover me. Can somebody tell me what the fuck to do anymore, right? How the hell do you go along with whatever's going on? How do you just say, okay, well, that's just the way it is. That's just the way it is now. Everybody's got to change, and we got to do something different because some other asshole is fucking in charge, and he's deciding the fate for the whole fucking country. How dare he? How dare you get on and just push your fucking agendas through it because it suits you? What happened for, America first? Doing shit for America. Where did that go? right? A president by the people for the people. This guy's a fucking tool. Fucking tool. I just, tell me where the good is in treating people like animals. They're not our kind of people. That's the mentality that's going on right now, is that they're not us. We're all us, all of us. We're all, God. Nope, they got brown skin, they different. We need to get them out of here, round them all up. It's not going to stop there, people. You're idiots if you think it's going to stop there. Whew, we got rid of all of the brown-skinned people of our country. Now we can go back to work and do stuff for... Bullshit. Next, they're going to come after your guns. Next, they're going to come after more rights and privileges. They're going to come after everything. They're going to come after another people, is what they're going to do. You know? Let's take the indigenous people and let's take their reservations. Let's take their land. We've already taken the whole country from them. Let's take what little land they have now, right? Let's run pipelines. Let's dig oil wells. Let's do all kinds of shit on their land now. Because it's really ours, right? They're too dumb to know anything better, right? Stupid teepee living idiots, right? So let's take their land. Let's take the natives' land, and let's take their casinos too, because they don't know what to do with all that casino money. I mean, they're idiots. They're just going to spend it on blankets and beads, right? So let's take that shit from them too. Let's take it all. They're going to come after somebody else next. This is just the start. This is just the proving grounds. I gotta heat it up. I gots to heat up my coffee. Alright. Talk amongst yourselves. Work it out. And then we'll start the day. Right? Just getting too old for this shit. Really. I'm just getting too old for this shit. My body. It ain't the years, man. It's the mileage. I am fucked. My wife is the only thing that has kept me from deep depression and or death. Right? If it weren't for her, I would have eaten myself to death, smoked myself to death, drunk myself to death. I would have done all kinds of bad things to make it all go away quicker, right? The slow suicide thing. Granted, I haven't done all that perfectly in the last 25 years, but I'm still alive, which is a huge plus. Sure, I'm on the outs, but I'm still here, and it's all thanks to her and my daughter. I can honestly say that I would be nowhere, because I'd be dead if it weren't for my wife and my daughter. I wouldn't be here today at all, period. I would have wasted away alone and miserable in my little crappy motorhome a long time ago, or homeless somewhere, living in a ditch, just trying to pull garbage over the top of me you know, in hopes that I can stay warm and fed, right? I can honestly say if it weren't for my wife, I'd be dead a decade or more ago. She's not just the best thing to happen in my life, she is my life. Oh, I gotta turn that off. It's just getting a little too chilly in here. I'll turn on a fan to keep a little bit of air moving around in here and to keep a little bit of sound because it's too quiet. It gets too quiet in here, and then I can hear myself think, and I don't want that. Nobody needs that. Nobody. I don't want things to change. I'm every day I'm like miserable because of pain and illness, depression and hunger and all this other shit, right? But right now, living in squalor with all of that tacked onto, I'm still the happiest I've been in my entire life, right? My wife is happy and healthy. My daughter is happy and healthy, and she's going to school, and she's getting ready to get a bachelor's degree, right? I got 3 wonderful little dogs that are happy and healthy, and everything is good. I don't want anything to change. I don't want anything to change. I don't know if I can keep it together. For my daughter's sake, yeah. But I just don't know. Okay, well, I got a computer over here that's telling me that I was going to load up some stuff onto our show this morning, but I spaced out in my own little melancholia. Yeah, if I was a dog, it'd be a melancholy. True dat. True dat. Okay. So let's see. We are going to go here. And we're going to type in synergy. Synergy. Games. Full album. Okay. Synergy Games full album. Let's go to the playlist and let's share this. Copy. And let's go here. Volume is down. Let's boot up the comments. See if there are any lost comments here, because that happens. Nope, I'm tired. That's the only comment there. So let's do that. Let's paste. Let's paste good old synergy there, and then we're gonna go synergy games. 1979. Full album. Synergy. I think that's right. Synergy. So the name of the album is Games. The name of the group is Synergy. Right? So let's do that. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Shoot me. At this point, I don't care. The link's there, so you'll figure it out. 1979, great electronic music album. Okay. What have we got going? Oh, we've got Little Orphan Annie today. It's Old Time Radio Wednesday. So we've got Little Orphan Annie. This is my father's favorite radio show when he was a little kid. Little Orphan Annie. There you go. It is 4 consecutive episodes from 1935 is what it is. 18 October, 21 October, 22 October, and 23 October. Now the thing about this is that what I have in my digital collection is the 18th, the 21st, the 22nd, and the 25th. It's supposed to be a daily show. So, yeah, there's a little bit of confusion there. So there you go. So this is Little Orphan Annie. The girl on the cover here is from the movie or the serial in the theater. Well, she was a cutie, wasn't she? Let's take a good look at Little Orphan Annie here. Leaping lizards. Oh man. She's a cutie. She's a looker. Little Orphan Annie. Not like that little ragamuffin that's in the play and the movie, right? Anywho, Little Orphan Annie. Let's see if we can find Little Orphan Annie. Little Orphan Annie. There we go. Annie, 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 Annie. Okay, there's a lot of shows. Annie, motion picture, Little Orphan Annie, Manahina Mahono, Agna Mahazin, Faza Maduja, Duboy, Lagina Bawoga, the Baggy, the Biggy. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Little Orphan Annie. I'm not seeing it. Annie. Annie. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Little Orphan Annie. Oh, my. There's all kinds of Little Orphan Annie stuff, but most of it is, what do you call it? Audiobook. We don't want an audiobook. No. Oh, well, there's this show this morning live. Hey, there I am. How's it going, people? How you doing? And there I am. There's my show. So if you look up Little Orphan Annie right now on the YouTube, you're going to find me sitting there going, duh. Ain't that funny? No, see, I'm waving to myself. Hi. I just waved to myself. Alright. There we go. So, at some point this morning, I have a 10 or 15 minute episode to play for you. And it is the first episode off the album. It's 15. I don't want to play any more than that. When I get a chance, I will load these onto YouTube, these 4 episodes that I have. But as of now, we're just going to listen to a part 1 of a series. It was a serial. It was like Captain Midnight. It was on all week, and every evening you heard another part. And then there was a cliffhanger at the end of the week, and you'd come back Monday to find out that he only stubbed his toe. He didn't get his foot hacked off. So, those are neat shows. I love the old serials, especially when they had the cliffhangers. Cliffhangers is an expression that came along because literally at the end of the episode, a guy would be hanging on a cliff, and you'd think, oh my God, he's going to die. And then they go, tune in next week for another exciting episode of the guy hanging off a cliff. And every week they'd end the show with him hanging off a cliff. And there'd be a cliffhanger. And there you go. There you have it. If you're just tuning in, good morning. I am discombobulated. The whole affair of the world right now is all the shit that's going on has just got me fucking loopy. If there were more people here, I would use it as a forum to to change what's going on, right? But I am just one man with an audience of 3. So there's not really much I can do. If I can touch 3 people who can go out and touch 3 more people, well, then that's something, and so on and so forth. If I could touch 3 people who would go out and touch 6 people, that would be even better, and then exponentially. But that's not going to happen, not in my world. I'm afraid that I would have to really superpowers activate, right? I would really have to get on the ball, and I'm just not there anymore. I got nothing left. I'm all gassed out. As much as I want to be the facility for change, as much as I want to be that guy, that's me of 10 years ago, right? Probably even longer ago than that. I got into an accident at work and suffered a severe neck injury, which pretty much fucked me up. And that happened about 13 years ago, 14 years ago. And I've been in pain ever since. And it would probably be before that where I would be that guy for change. Who I am now with that guy's body. And then I would be able to participate in the world. I wouldn't see myself going to protests. No. I don't think you get enough done at protests. If I were going to protests, I would be passing out literature for change. You know, I would be passing out Xeroxed copies of addresses and phone numbers and emails and stuff so that people would actually be able to get something done. I would put one of those little, what's the thing with all the little dots, and you put it, you take a picture of it, and it takes you someplace, right? I'm going to take a break for a second while somebody out there can tell me what that's called. It's a little square thing, and it's got all the pixels in it. It's got 3 dots in the corners, and you take a picture of it with your phone, and it brings up something from the internet. What's that called? I could wear one of those on my shirt that links people to a place that just has more links, right? You click on this link and you get the phone number to the phone number, address, email, all of that shit to the governor, the senator, the mayor, everybody in the legislation in California, everybody in upper law in California, right? So that people could actually do something. Running around protesting doesn't get enough done anymore, okay? You need to be a voice, not just a physical presence. Hello, Fly. How are you, Fly? Good morning, Fly. There's a fly on my scissors here. Can you see him? If I put my hand behind him, he's on the small ring on the scissors, and he's right about the center of my palm, just sitting on the tip. Can you see him? Can you see him sitting there? A little fly? Little fly. I used to mess with my wife. Hey, look, it's my buddy. A little fly that would come and hang a QR code. Thank you, Joey. So, yeah. I need a shirt with a QR code so that when people look at it, it automatically calls the governor. Boom. You know, I got several. The mayor, the governor, the senator, you know, the chief of police, whatever. And write these people, call these people, flood their offices with, hey, don't let this happen in our state. If we were doing that, this would have been done before it was over. The feds can't do anything in a state if you don't want them there. And our state is allowing them, if our state is giving over information to them now, information that they promised not to give over, right? Social services information. That is supposed to be private so that people aren't afraid to go to social services and get help, right? The other day, the Highway Patrol came out and said that they're not involved in this. They're not working with ICE. They're arresting idiots at protests who are acting like idiots, driving stupid, being violent. That's what they're doing. But they said that they're not involved in that, which is great, but now I hear that the state is giving over Medi-Cal information and assistance information. That's not right. That's not supposed to happen, because those people, now nobody wants to go because they're afraid, okay, well, great. If they're going to give over information, they're giving over information for everybody, not just a select few. They're giving over all the information, right? Which means that they now have your information, right? Well, where's this going to take us? Seriously, we're going forward, but we're moving forward into uncharted territory, but we've been here before, right? We were here in the 1930s when people in America in the 1930s, here in the United States, rich, very wealthy, well-to-do people were gathering around to welcome Adolf Hitler to the United States to speak on nationalism and eugenics, right? You don't know what eugenics is? Look it up, because we used to have, for 50 years in this country, we were pushing forward eugenics. All right, we were literally neutering and spaying humans so that they would not give birth. A certain faction in the country was deciding who were mongrel races, all right, who were slave races, what races were too stupid to exist, and they were weeding them out, okay? In the South, they were taking women's uteruses. If you were an African American, a Native American, a Mexican American, even Irish, they were taking your uterus so that you would not procreate. Here in this country, all right? That's what eugenics was. Creating the super race. A lot of the people in the United States who were for this happened to be rich Jewish people. When he in his own country started to attack the Jewish people, that's when our country said, oh, wait a second. That's not right. He said the Jewish people were a mongrel race, and he wanted nothing to do with them, right? But a lot of the well-to-do people in this country were wealthy, aristocratic Jews. And they didn't want anything to do with it. And that's when the tides turned. Had he only gone after the races in our country, which we deemed mongrel races, right? We would have followed him. We would have backed Hitler as a nation. Because the leaders would have. Most of the people would have been going, what the fuck, man? And it's happening today. All right? We're whitewashing this nation right now. And where do you think it's going to end? It ain't going to end with the brown skin. Once they figure out that they can just pass a rule and get rid of a certain peoples, that it's going to be easier next time. It's going to be easier to come and get your weapons. It's going to be real easy to come and get your guns now, right? They've got the army. All they have to do is take off ICE and put on DEA and come get your weapons. Or, excuse me, ATF. ATF. Pardon me. Pardon my faux pas. And that's what they'll do. That's exactly what they'll do. They'll show up in your town en masse, and they'll say, bring us your guns or we're coming to get them. We got the list. Bring us your guns and we'll check you off the list, or we're coming to your house and we're going to take everything that you got. Why? Because if you don't play the game, then you're breaking the law. And then they can just take everything that you own and dump you in a prison and say, we're not sure about him. And then they never have to try or convict you. They just keep you. They just detain you. Pretty soon, nobody knows what happened to you. You're just gone. You know, this is the kind of shit that we used to say would happen in other countries, right? Secret bases where they would haul you off, call you a criminal, haul you off, and you're never seen again. This is what used to happen in Russia, right, with the KGB. The KGB would show up at somebody's house, and they'd never be seen again. I'm sure Siberia is just littered with corpses. If they even made it that far. And now we get the same thing going on in this country. We're just rounding them up indiscriminately. It don't matter. As long as you got brown skin, or look like you got brown skin, you're toasted. You're gone. They're going to round you up. And what they'll do is they'll round them all up, and they'll sort them out later. Right? Oh, we better start running. Fuck it, let them sit. Well, we're going to run some prints? Nah, fuck it, let them sit. Where's the new ones? Where's the old ones? Don't matter. Fuck it, let them sit. You know? You take everything from them, all of their belongings, their clothing, their phones, their money, their ID, everything. Take it from them, and then you push them through the system. You kick them out, and you don't give anything back because it's too difficult to take all of that stuff in and keep track of it. So you're going to take their phones, you're just going to throw it into a big bin, it's going to go into a bigger bin, and then it's going to go into a dumpster, and then it's going to go to a landfill. And you're never going to see that stuff again. Because if they don't have any proof that you were there, they don't have to ever claim any knowledge of you having been there, right? Yeah, we don't know. We don't know. We pushed a lot of people through. We don't know who the fuck they were. And that's the way it's going to work. Indiscriminate. Just... It's just horrible. It's just horrible. And it reminds me of pre-World War II stories of Hitler and the well-to-do people in this country deciding who is good enough and who is not, right? And right now, the President of the United States has deemed Mexicans to be a mongrel race, and he wants them out of his country. I'm not exaggerating anything. This is the way that it is. You open your eyes, you look at the situation, you go, oh, that's the way it is. That's all I've done. I call it as I see it. You know, and the really sad part is that we've got half or more of the United States who have evil in their heart because they're going along with it. And they're turning the other cheek. And the rest of the people who don't want it to happen, but they can't do anything about it, and I'm just going to put my head down and go to work and not look. Well, they have evil in their heart, too. And they got no fucking spine. Right? So, this country's fucked up. If we were to go to war right now, we would lose. We would lose a fucking... Right now, we're at the perfect position to lose a fucking war. Because nobody wants to stand up and fight for that fucking government who shits on its people constantly. Whether you're here legally or illegally, you are our responsibility, right? And if we fail you, an immigrant, then we've failed this nation, and we've failed everything that this nation fucking stands for. How dare you back this fucking piece of shit? How dare you? You spineless fucking nation. A nation of fucking cowards and ignorant fucking morons. Because ignorance is the catalyst for all of this to happen. If we had a nation of intelligent people, we would not have the hate and discrimination and the the whitewashing of this nation. This nation was built on the idea of equality and religious freedom and freedom of persecution. And all of these things are gone. Out the door. 25 years ago, we started chopping away at everything that is this country. And now, our country is a corporation run by assholes and idiots, infected by the disease of hate, right? And we're all slaves to that. Whether you want to admit it or not, we're all slaves, all right? Go out and try to do something that would have been easy to do 25, 30 years ago. No problem. Today, the only thing, that has changed is that entertainment and distractions are up exponentially, and intelligence is down. Down, down, down. Tell me things are good. You're an idiot if you do. I'll tell you what, Joey, are you still there? If I had to, I won't stay in my bedroom alone. Come on out, Joey. I'll rent it to you if I have to. If I have to be alone in my bedroom, I'll move into the living room. Pins and needles, living on eggshells here. Waiting for the other shoe to drop. Every day I have to be positive and keep a smile on my face and pretend like everything's going to be okay, and it just doesn't feel like that anymore. It just doesn't feel like that anymore. Right now, I don't even care about the reunion, really. The reunion is taking a back seat to all of this stuff that's going on in California and in the world, and especially with the idiots and the politics happening right now. Something needs to change really quick. Something needs to change really quick. Sorry, I'm just not with it today. I wish that I was good. Joey's still here. That's good, because I need company. You can go to sleep at any time, Joey. I get it. You're a night worker and you sleep during the day. But thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Things are far from perfect right now in my life, in the world, in my town. I'm just trying to keep it together. My town is ice cold, and it is it's not fun. I have my van. All the good that does me. I mean, take it all, you know, take everything I own. Just let me keep my family together. I'm literally gonna fall apart if things go sour. I'm just gonna fall apart. And I can't. I have my daughter to think of. I can't fall apart. And the thing is that I fell apart decades ago, and my wife's been the only thing holding me together. She's the glue. She is literally the glue that holds everything together. And it's like the only thing that I can do is just keep her voice in my head telling me what to do. That's all I can. That's the only way I'm going to be able to manage, is just to keep her in my head, constantly telling me what. After 25 years of marriage, it's easy, right? But that's the only way I'm going to be able to keep it together, is go split personality and make her one of the characters in my head. I do have several minds in my own head, and she's just going to have to join the party. I got no family for support. The only good thing is that my wife does. She's got family. I know that we can count on her family for anything at any moment, right? We need you here now. Oh, look, they're pulling up now, right? You don't get that from my family. If I do, it's going to be You know, I need gas money, right? Nah, I'm a little busy right now. I got other stuff going on. That's usually what I get. Nah, we got our own situations going on. I've been crying out for help for years. You know, and I'm only allowed to get it on somebody else's terms. So I'll go to my wife's family for help. They have no terms. They have no, you need to settle up first, no bullshit like that. Which is the feeling I get anytime I talk with my family or think about my family. How unfortunate. But, you know, my family's never really stepped up to be a part of my life. I've put myself and tried to get involved, and I just get the shine. Oh, maybe some other time. I got to work in the morning and yada yada yada. And sure, I'll give you 15 minutes while I'm sitting here getting wasted, so that nothing we talk about means anything. You know, that's what I get. The leavings, the drippings, right? You get a little. I got a little time for you. A little. I'm a second-class family member anyway, so it doesn't matter. Yeah. See, here's where I start getting down on myself and my own misery and my own miserable world. Because, shit. What does it matter anyway? Cheers. Everything's falling apart. And I'm the happiest this guy's ever been in my life, and it's all falling apart. It's all falling apart. Normally I would just, you take what I want, you take what I need, and I would just crawl into a hole and just wither, right? I'm already withering. I'm already in a hole, and now someone is coming along and kicking dirt in the hole over the top of me at this point, right? And I got nobody to talk to. I got no family to talk to. I got no friends that would understand what's going on. You know, so I'm alone. It's just me and my wife and my daughter alone in this horrible fucking world. It's not like I got a whole lot of time to deal with shit and get through it and then get to the other side and then enjoy. No, it's not like that, you know. It's like I'm ticking away here, and now somebody's going to come in with a hammer and just smash everything that's left. All right? I don't know what the fuck to do. You know, I got to keep it together. I got my wife and my daughter and my 3 dogs and my miserable little house here, you know. And I just got to keep it together for my daughter's sake, for the dogs. You know, I got to keep it together for my wife. I'm going to be the guy, and I'm like, I can't do it. I don't have it in me. I barely have it in me to get up and go to work with my wife when she says, come on, we got to go clean a house. You know? And now I got to be that guy. I got to be her. I got to step it up. I just got everything switched around to where she's in charge of everything. And she's the financial wizard. And she's the one that makes sure that we go out and get enough work. Right? And now I got to be that guy, and I can't. I can't count on me to get up and do it every day, every day, every day, every day. I'm just not able to anymore. I don't function like that anymore. I used to be able to get up early in the morning and go out and get a whole day's work in the first part of the day. Get up, get out to a job site before the sun comes up, be set up and working when that fucking sun comes up, right? So that by the middle of the day in the summer, I can leave that job after 8 hours and go get in another 6 hours, 4 hours somewhere else, right? And I was doing that for years out here. And a car accident after the work injury, it just took the wind out of me. And all of a sudden, I go from working 16-hour days, sun up to sundown, to scrubbing toilets a couple of hours a week. And that's taken too much out of me, right? Like that. Things change. And I don't want things to change. I'm in pain, I'm depressed, I'm miserable, I'm hungry, I feel like crap all the time, right? And yet I'm the happiest I've ever been. Good feelings gone. Good feelings gone. I don't even have any desire to eat. I don't have the desire to nourish myself every day. I just don't care anymore, right? I just don't care. It's just not in me anymore to look out at the world and think, yay, this is for me. I'm just over it. I'm just over it. I mean, it was a couple of years ago, I was at the point to where I just want to crawl away into the mountains somewhere, into the countryside, in a little cabin, in a little house, in a little shack, a little trailer, a little van, a little motorhome, whatever, anything. Just out away from the world. Just me and a couple of dogs and the wife and the kid, and just out away from the world. And now it's like that whole dream is going to be destroyed. I'm never going to get that place where we're all together now. I'm never going to get that place that says, hey, this is home, because we're all here, right? If I do, it ain't going to be here. And it's probably not going to be in this country. And then that means we're probably not going to be whole. Some arrogant fuckhead decides to whitewash the country and fucks up 1 million lives in the process. There's ways of doing things, and there's ways of fucking shit up, and he's fucking shit up. There's a lot of shit that needs to happen, and it ain't like this. Family and friends and neighbors and co-workers and everybody knows somebody affected by this. And if you think what's going on in this country is a good thing, you're an evil person, period. You got evil in your heart. Because if you see any good in what's going on, you need to be put in a cage. You need to walk a mile in somebody else's fucking shoes and see what it feels like. Not one person out there telling me that this is a good thing knows what they're fucking talking about, because they have not suffered and struggled to fucking exist, right? They have no fucking clue. If you don't know, then you need to shut the fuck up and back off. And you need to stop pointing your finger at people and going, yeah, you're different, so we need to get you out of here. I've heard about you, right? I don't even have the energy for the rage that it fills me with. I get so drained before I'm even ready to scream. It's just destroying me. It's chewing me up inside. Everything that's going on in this country right now is just killing me. The plan was to listen to some Little Orphan Annie this morning, and I just don't have the heart for it. I will, at some point, upload this show to the channel so you can check it out. But I don't feel like listening to it. I don't feel like talking about it, commenting on it. I just don't feel like anything right now. The only reason I'm smoking pot is because I'm in so much fucking pain. I can't sleep. I can't eat. I can't think straight. If I thought I could think straight, I would do some writing, right? If I thought I could think straight, I would try to do something positive to help the current situation in our state, and I don't have it in me right now. I don't have anything. I don't have anything left. I don't even have any bark or bite. The fight is gone. I'm just drained. I can only scream so much. There are people out there who can do something about this. And I can't go out and protest. I can't put myself in jeopardy. I can't put my family in jeopardy. Other people can. Other people who don't have anything to risk, nothing to lose. Which means, as long as they don't stand in the way of anything and are just protesting, or people who can get the ball rolling, right, and spread the word about contacting our leaders. I want to do so much, and I'm just so beaten down. I'm just that slave who has been beaten so much that I'm just willing to say yes. I see 5 lights. There's only 4 lights there, but I see 5 lights. If you want me to see 5 lights, I see 5 lights. There are people out there who know what that reference is from, I'm sure. If you want me to, if you want to allow me the privilege of keeping my world from falling apart, I'll see 5 lights. I'll see whatever the fuck I'll march up and down the street preaching whatever you want me to say. Just don't destroy my family. And that's where they get you. Where you have no choice because you don't want to lose everything you got. And they'll take it away. And right now we're living in a country where truth and freedom can be dictated. I'm going to heat up my coffee and then do this bong hit and probably break into tears. What are you going to do? Oh, my head. Alright, did you guys come up with any master plan to fix this? Because I got 3 options, and none of them are good at this point, and I'm at my wit's end. At this point, literally, the reunion is on such a back burner, I don't know that I'm ever going to get around to it. I may pass off the whole responsibility to someone else and then just try to make it. Just try to get there. Because there's so much other stuff going on that's way more important than getting together with a bunch of old friends and family and stuff. As harsh as that is, that's the reality of it. That, you know, I actually knew that something was going to happen to keep me from going to the reunion, and it's looking more and more like I'm just not going to make it. My life is going to be in such a dark place. I'm not going to have room for that. I'm just not. As much as I wanted to go to this reunion, as much as I planned it so that I could get certain people together, I just may not be there. Even if I can make it, but the rest of my life is just fucked up, I probably won't. I'm not going to want to go smile and wave and be friendly and stuff when I'm not feeling it. And right now I'm not feeling much of... I'm just not feeling it. The face of this channel may change completely if things in my personal life get fucked up beyond repair. I just may chuck it all in and say fuck it, or I may change the channel completely and make it a political channel and do non-stop video blogging, just constant. Every waking hour that I have at home, just devote it to screaming at the world. Because if it comes to a point to where I've lost everything and there's nothing left and there's no reason to give a shit, well then yeah, that's probably what's going to happen. Is I'm just going to 24/7 voice my opinion and hope that people will listen and understand and take charge of the world around them and do something. We've got so few people in this country who are willing to get up and do the work to make a change. And I haven't the energy, I don't have enough calories going into my body to stay awake for more than 5 or 6 hours at a time, right? So therefore, I don't have enough waking hours to get enough calories in me, and it just goes on and on and on and on and on. I'm going to do phone numbers, emails, addresses, etc. California, government. Okay, and then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put together something shareable and send it around and try to get it shared to the people who can share it with more people and to try to help stop what's going on. I'm hoping at some point that the California government steps up and says, you know what, you're causing more problems than we can handle, more problems than we want. You're causing problems and then leaving us to deal with them, just like the U.S. government does, right? They take people to war and then they bring them back broken and fucked up and they give them back to society. And then we have to take care of them. We have to rehabilitate them. We have to care for them, keep them from blowing their fucking brains out, right? The government doesn't do that. We have to do that. And they're doing the same thing here. They're coming through, they're running amok, they're fucking everything up. And then they leave. And they leave us to pick up the pieces of the broken families. You know? I can't fucking do this anymore. I can't fucking watch humans tear each other apart anymore. It's just ridiculous. Haven't we moved past that? I thought when I was a kid, I thought, gosh, the future's going to be so awesome because we're not going to hate. We're not going to be hungry. You know, we're not going to be persecuted for being who we are. We're going to be able to have more freedoms and do more, and we'll be a bunch of smart people running around getting shit, and it's like, nope, exactly the opposite. Exactly the opposite. A bunch of highly entertained, highly distracted morons. That's what we are. We've become those people in the science fiction novels who the powers that be just push around and control like slaves. Because we are. We have become science fiction fantasy. The world has turned into a pussy-whipped fucking version of itself. And I don't know what to do. I look around me and people are just putting their heads down, you know, screaming crazy shit, propagating the fucking lies, believing the propaganda, you know, just allowing themselves to be brainwashed. If you can look at somebody who's different and hate them and want them gone, wow. Wow. What kind of human are you? Oh, look. I used to get that look from people. I would introduce my wife, who was Mexican with brown skin. I would introduce, oh, this is your wife. Oh, and I would see it in their eyes, and right across in their eyes, across their face, you would see them say, oh, she's Mexican. Right? They wouldn't say that. Sometimes they would, oh, I love Mexico. I love the Mexican people. I love this and that. And it's like, oh, God, you're so demeaning, you know? You're just showing your prejudice and how different. We're not fucking different. Stop acting like that. Oh, I love the black people music. What? So you like humans then? Oh, yeah, that's what I mean. Does everything have to be separated? Does everything have to be seen in a spectrum of color? No. Get over yourselves, people. White is not right. White is not the perfect, clean race. No. Look at what most of the shit that has happened on this planet has been perpetrated by the master race, the white people, you know? Oh, that guy's a self-hater. He hates his own race. No. I hate stupidity, ignorance. It don't matter what color you are. It's never mattered to me what fucking color you are, right? Kindness is what's mattered to me because I've been treated like shit my whole life. If you're an asshole, I don't care what color you are. Don't be an asshole. You know, I've been treated like shit mainly by white people. You know? The so-called minorities are the ones who have been nice to me. Have treated me like human. You know, I never got that from people, so-called people of my own race, right? What is my race? You know, white, other than dark, right? Is that what I am? Because I'm not sure what the fuck I am. I know I'm just a mutt. I'm just a mixture of a bunch of fucking races. I used to think that I was part Native American because my father is like almost half Sioux, right? But I don't see that. That ain't happening. I'm quite convinced now that I don't have 1 ounce of blood of his in my body. It's all somebody else. It's all somebody else, baby. It ain't him. Because I don't have anything in me that looks Sioux. I'm sure if you check my blood, my DNA, I got no Indian blood in me. And if it is, it's way far back. It ain't recently. Can't we just all fucking get along? Don't you realize that we're all related? It all goes back to the same fucking DNA. We're all related. Geography is what has made us different. That's it. Skin color is just exterior decoration. That's it. All right? The shapes of your ears and your eyes and your nose and your hair color and all that, it's just exterior decoration, right? It's just genes, right? What do we all have in common? Well, our genes say that we're human, and we got red blood, and we can put my blood into your blood. I mean, come on. What makes us so fucking different? This. Brainwashing. That's what makes us different. Being raised by your peers to think that you're better than someone else because of the color of your fucking skin. And I'm just getting so fucking sick of it. I'm so fucking sick of it. Just strip my fucking skin off. I'm so embarrassed. Right? I'm just so fucking embarrassed at what's going on. Embarrassed to be a white guy today in this country. They're not my people doing this. It's not my policies. I don't subscribe to either party. This is not me. This is not my game. Right? But where does that leave me? Uninvolved? Hiding? What are you going to do? What am I going to do? Got 6:25. I'll read from the TV guide. What's going on in the world back in 1976? The bicentennial year. Next year is going to be the 250th anniversary of this nation. And how whitewashed will it be by then? Right? What kind of 4th of July celebration is dipshit going to set up this time and force people to show up? Nobody gave a shit about the Army's 250th birthday, right? Wasn't there a better use for that money and those resources, right, than to pat ourselves on the back for doing a horrible job with this country? Hey, take it easy, Joey. Peace, love. See you later. Hopefully see you soon. Hopefully you'll tune into the Jacksons tonight on with the guest Sonny Bono. There you go. 8 o'clock, Wednesday, June 16th, 1976. Bionic Woman. Repeat. Comedy, The Return of the World's Greatest Detective. Sherlock, Larry Hagman. Larry Hagman? Oh, that's got to be horrible. Also at 8, Jackson's Variety debut. There you go. The Kelly Monteith Show. Comedian, host, Freddie Prinze. Comedian, yeah. At 9, a movie. Elizabeth Taylor and Warren Beatty. The Only Game in Town. Huh. There you go. Cannon. Ooh, yeah. Bill Conrad. That's a great one. I like that show. I'll watch that for sure. Oral Roberts, We the People. Oh, yeah. Oral Roberts. Chico and the Man. Freddie Prinze is still alive. American Parade at 10. I don't know what it is. Hawk. Crime. Burt Reynolds is Hawk. He had a few TV shows, Burt Reynolds, right? He was on Rawhide. He was on of course, Hawk. There were one or two other little things in the 70s and 80s. He also did one called Evening Shade, right? That was a good one. That was him and Mary Lou Henner. And, that big fat guy. Anyway. Murder or Mercy TV movie, 1974. Bradford Dillman. That's a good Bradford Dillman movie. Denver Pile. Let's see. Movie. The Spirit is Willing. Sid Caesar. Vera Miles. Mary Hartman. Nighttime soap opera. Oh, here we go. Tom Snyder doing Tomorrow, the TV show, right? With his guest illusionist Doug Henning. Oh, what a kook that guy was. We live in the magical world of Doug Henning. He had these great buck teeth, little mustache, long hair. He was magical. He was just a weird guy. That does it for Wednesday, 1976. I don't know what we're doing today. I guess one step closer to preparations. Countdown 0. Like I said, I may be selling off a bunch of my crap just to stay afloat. We might look at preempting a lot of loss and just getting out from under where we're at, because we don't owe anything here where we're living. We own the mobile home, and we just rent the space. That's pretty much it. But everything here on this piece of property belongs to us, so we can pick this mobile home up and leave with it if we want to, or we can just take everything that's here and leave it a gutted shell like we found it, and then just leave it, abandon it, or sell it, or whatever. I think we need to check on back taxes, property taxes, because there is such a thing in mobile homes, and they don't tell you what it is, and they don't tell you when it's due. They just, when you go to register it as a new owner, you're told that you have a bunch of back taxes that have to be paid. So we need to figure that out and get that taken care of and pay off that, so that when we do decide to sell this place, we get a decent amount of money for it. I imagine we're going to leave it pretty much gutted, but we should be able to get at least what we paid for it, a couple $1,000s. You know, and then if we decide, you know what, we're going to take everything. We're going to take the outbuilding, our laundry room / shed. It can be dismantled and removed and hauled away. The fence, the wall fence that I built, can all be dismantled and removed and hauled away. So we could decide, you know what, it's best to just leave now and abandon this place, sell it off, whatever, and get into something else that's going to be cheaper and easier to deal with, right? Whether it's renting or buying or owning or whatever. I don't know. Picking up and leaving the state is a high possibility. Picking up and leaving and moving nearer to the border, like Calexico or someplace like that. That's possible. Also, just picking up and packing up everything and just leaving the country. That's also a possibility. I'd hate to do that to the dogs and to my daughter, but if that's the way the family votes, then that's the way we do it. That's it. I've been to Mexico a few times when I was a kid and in my 20s. The only thing that frightens me is getting sick. Drinking something or eating something that makes me sick. That's it. That's the only fears that I have. Everything else, it's just like being anywhere else. You know. So I would want to probably try to have as many inoculations as possible before going down there. But other than that, I mean, I would love to move to Mexico and create a little vacation village down there. That'd be great. But that seems like the most extreme response to what's going on here. I think probably the most level-headed response to changes in my own personal life would be to downsize as quick as possible and as much as possible, so that we have less output financially. I don't know how exactly that would come about. Renting a little portion of somebody else's property, somebody who owns their own property, and renting a little portion of it and putting a little trailer or tiny home there with a little fence around it, a little shed, and then existing like that and reining it in, so that now we're not living beyond our means now. Now we're actually existing and proliferating and growing and thriving. Because if you have to put all of your resources into just existing, you got no way to thrive. So you bring your existence down real low, and then you thrive, and you're able to then escape that and move on to something better, which is, what we did before. Escaped the trailer and moved into this, and we had hope to move into a house. But if we have to downsize again, that's fucking fine. I don't care. I used to say, well, as long as we stay together, right? And I don't know that's possible anymore. And once again, that makes me horribly sad. Oh, to think that somebody's going to come along and bully my life again for their own gain. They're going to come along and tell me what my life should be and who I should be and what I should be and who I should be with, because they decide. And that's, I'm having a real hard time with that. I'm having a real hard time with that, because it's not right. No one should be in charge of other people's existence and lives or location. I don't believe in borders. I don't believe in keeping humans separate for financial reasons, policy, and that, because that's all it is. Humans don't want to be divided. Humans want to work together and do stuff. It's politics that keeps us separate, and I'm sick of it. I'm just sick of it. And I'm sick of people going along with it like it's a good thing, because it's not. There's no good in any of it. All you wind up doing is creating more and more division and hate, right? We look at all over the world, things are going on right now because you're keeping people separate and you're pushing people around. The people aren't doing that to each other. Our governments are doing that to us, using us like fucking pawns. And we just go along with it because we're so bought into the bullshit. Stop believing the bullshit. Get up and walk away from the bullshit, people. You don't need it. All it's doing is fucking us up. All I want to do is live out the rest of my existence the way things are right now, status quo. It's not much to ask for. I don't lead this life that needs to be governed, right? It's just, I don't lead that kind of life. You don't need to govern me and my existence and my family and my world. I don't need that. Put me on a rocket ship to Mars, man, because I'm so fucking over this place. I'm just over it. I don't know what's going on next week. I don't know what's going on the rest of this week. I don't know what's going on today. At this point, I'm just trying to keep it together every day, every minute, every day, trying to get something figured out, trying to get something taken care of for any eventuality at this point. You never know. would so love to be able to go to my family for help. I would so love to be able to just run away and hide. If I had the financial resources right now, I would just buy a big giant motorhome bus, put a big giant cargo trailer behind it, and fill it all with everything that we care for. Tow my little car with the van, and pull the motorhome and the trailer, and then just leave. Just drive away and never come back. If I had the resources to do that, I would do it in a heartbeat. I guess if it were to come down to it, I would do any version of that. A car with a rack on the roof, and that's it. Take nothing else. Or the van with a trailer. Or the whole caravan. Or sell everything and fly and never come back. I don't know. It just depends. You know, I'm pretty much open to any one of those scenarios at this point. I've acquired a lot of history and stuff over the last few years, so I got a lot to sell off. I could raise a little bit of money, but I would literally have to go out and beg for help. Does anybody have any spare change that they could help me to put my life back together, right? I would have to do that. I would have to make a plan, create a budget, create a deadline, and say, look, this is when I'm ready to pack it all in, and I need this amount of money before then, and I need these resources. Who can help? Who's got a motorhome they can just sign over to me? Who's got a couple of $1,000s, they can put that motorhome into the shop and get it kits before we go, right? And just try to piece together some kind of existence out of chaos. And if I have to, I'll get on my hands and knees and go around from person to person that I know and beg for help. If that's what I got to do, I don't give a shit. I'm not proud, right? I was watching the Ninja Warrior, right? And we're watching it, and they keep showing that papal ninja, right? That guy they call him the papal ninja. He works for the Pope. He's one of those Swiss Guard guys, right? And every time he competes, I always feel like he's guilty of a few sins, right? The sin of pride, most of all, right? Or coveting, right? Having desires to achieve something that's, I mean, it just seems like he's the wrong guy for the job, and he's the wrong guy to be claiming that he's this, when it seems like he's going out there and humping the bunk, really. I don't know what made me think of that. If I did, I would know what I was doing, and I don't. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing anymore. Right now, I'm trying to put together enough content on my show to get me through
all of August and into September, the first week of September, right? So right now I'm just trying to do that. Upload 5 to 7 videos a day and just try to stay ahead of the game, right? So that when I get to 2 weeks from now, when I get into July, I'm good for 2 months and I don't have to look at my channel. All I got to do is come here and do this in the morning. And at some point, I may decide that this is just pointless and this may end a season. Indefinitely, it may end the series. The only reason I can do this every day is because I have peace of mind that my life is okay. My world is good, you know. And if you screw that up, this isn't probably going to work. This isn't going to work anymore. So I don't know. Everything's kind of up in the air right now. I'm just trying to keep it together. I'm just trying to rise above what's going on and keep my own world from falling apart. And that was my alarm telling me to go wake up Mom, but I don't believe she has to leave until later. She's got to go into town and help a friend because that's what she does. My wife is the nicest, sweetest, most caring, loving person in the world. And you're going to do what? Shame on you. Shame on you. There's about 1 million families or more right now getting ripped apart. There are a lot of bad people in this country, from this country and from other countries. And if we focused on just rounding up the bad people, that would be one thing. But when you're just focusing on one specific people, regardless of what they've done, regardless of their crime, that's a crime in itself. And I cannot be a party to that. I just can't. I'd go on a hunger strike, but I would be dead in 2 days. I'm already nothing. I'm already nothing. Most days in between meals, I can feel my body feeding on itself. And I just don't give a fuck anymore. Everything around me is just fucked. And I try really hard to keep it together. But I'm sure my daughter can see it in my eyes that I've just had enough. And I just wanted to stop. Just stop. I would give up everything that I have. My house, my van, my car. I'd live in a ditch with my family if I could just keep us together. And it just seems like an impossibility at this point. I need help. I need help. task. My wife's family is going to be tasked with enough. I can't ask them for anything. And I need help. I need a way to keep my life from falling apart at this point. I need physical help. I need financial help. I need mental help. I need reliable transportation and a reliable means of getting everything that we own and care about out of here and to someplace either cheaper to live or out of this country. Or closer to the border. I don't know. I just don't know what to do anymore. Usually I let my wife and daughter handle all the decisions because I don't know what to do anymore. And I can't be responsible for making a choice decision. I can help with the decision making, the pre-decision making. I can help with all of the facts and data gathering. But when it comes to making that actual decision, I say, okay, here's everything that we need to know. What do you guys think? Because they're 2 out of the 3, and if they decide this, I go along with it. And if you take away one of the 3, I don't know what to do. And that leaves my daughter responsible. And I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I don't know, everything's falling apart and I don't know what to do. Bastards are in my town and I don't know what to do. I can't pick up and run. I become a criminal. Everybody becomes criminals. I don't want to do that. I'll go along with what's ever happening peacefully, as much as I disagree with it. I need a solution after that. After the fact, I need to have a plan. Because I can't exist without my wife, period. Physically, financially, emotionally, I cannot exist without my wife. She's the glue. And if you remove her from the picture for whatever reasons, just because of the color of her skin, then I'm lost. I don't know, I'm not going to exist for much longer, and I can't be like that because I have a daughter who's 20 years old who relies upon me to take care of her, to be there, and I'm lost. I don't know what to do. 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 All I can do is just keep breathing. Try to eat. Try not to dwell on stuff. And try to plan for chaos without letting it rule my every waking minute. And that's so difficult. My shows aren't supposed to be like this. My shows are supposed to be me and the past and trying to share as much of my world and myself as possible. Doing the whole present day thing on this show, it doesn't work for me, and I don't like doing it. And right now, the whole present day thing is taking over my life. And I got like no choice. I mean, I'm going to be wrapping up episode 60 in a couple of days. And I feel like this season has pretty much run its course. And I may have to start a next season under a completely different plan. If my life does get flipped upside down, it's probably going to do that. I'll either stop this altogether, or the theme of the show will completely take a turn. Crazy old weird bearded angry guy. Disgruntled guy. Displaced guy. I don't know. I just don't know anymore. I got no one to ask for help. No one to turn to. And I got nothing, you know. And pretty soon, what I got is going to be taken away from me. And I just don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. I don't know how to think. I just don't know. I am just going to try to get my shit together enough this morning so I can do what I got to do. I don't know what I got to do. I know that I have to keep moving forward. Whatever happens, I need to keep moving forward. The few people that I know who have offered to help may actually get a phone call from me at some point, because I got nobody to turn to. And if you offer me help, I may take you up on it. A little or a lot, whatever you can offer, whatever you can give. Physically, financially, emotional support, whatever. You know, can I get somebody to come help me dismantle my world and move it somewhere else? I don't know. I just know that the people in my life who I have been, that supposedly have been there as support, have never been there. And I'm lost. I'm just completely fucking lost. It's just a few more minutes here on the morning show, and then I'm going to say adios for the day. And I'm going to do a little bit of work on my channel here. I'm going to make some more videos on this computer. I'm going to upload some more videos on this computer. And I'm going to keep trying to, in the next couple of weeks, get my channel set up to take care of itself for July and August, so that I can walk away from it for a while. Hopefully I will have the time and the peace of mind, and my life will not have fallen apart in the next couple of weeks, so that I can do that and get that out there, and at least feel good that, okay, my channel is taken care of. I can leave that and walk away for a while, get my head together, get my life together, do whatever I got to do. Like I said, that reunion isn't looking real good for me, as much as I have planned it and wanted it to happen for years, decade, in fact. I don't know. I hope I can be there. I'm going to have to talk to a friend to have him, give him all the information and have him take over the reins. And then I'll just be and then I'll be the helper if I can manage it. I don't even know that I'm going to have the peace of mind to want to go and see anyone. I may just be hiding at that point, hiding from the world, hiding from my own misery. Just trying to keep it together enough so that my daughter keeps it together. We're two of a kind, my daughter and I I think we would have to really, really fight off depression between the two of us. She's not subject to depression, but I think under the right circumstances, it would hit her hard. She's not used to it. All right, this is it. Come on, people. How do you let this shit happen? I just don't understand. So many people with evil in their heart to let this kind of shit happen. There's ways of doing this, and this ain't the way. This just ain't. It ain't the way. It's time. It's time for me to say goodbye for the day. Hopefully I'll see you in the morning. If I go live in between shows for some reason, it's probably going to be important. All right, people, you know what to do. Come on, let's show some human out there. All right. Be kind to each other. Spread peace and love, not bullshit. Take care of each other. Do something for yourself, but do something for somebody else too. Why? Because we can, and it makes us human. All right. My gosh, people, do I really have to keep saying this? Take care of each other. Most especially, stay weird. Nowadays, weird is giving a shit about the person next to you and not wanting anything in return except the smile on their face. We need more of that. I will be back tomorrow morning, hopefully. Until then, love you. Adios.